Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. It's good to have you back with us at Somaliland National Television. I am Mohammed Aden here to present the English Bulletin, and these are the stories making headlines. Danish ambassador to Kenya arrives in Somaliland. Students of various universities embark on a field trip to a poultry farm near Hargeisa. Drought Relief makes water and food delivery in Sabawanag district. The Danish ambassador to Kenya has arrived in Somaliland to have talks with officials of the Somaliland government as regards the mitigation of drought that impacted citizens across the country. The Somaliland Foreign Minister Saad Ali Shire and the Danish ambassador held a joint press conference at Igala International Airport. The minister stated that the main issue they've discussed was the role the Danish government should play in mitigating the impact of drought that made tens of thousands of citizens vulnerable and on the brink of death. The minister reiterated that the Danish government has long been a partner of development for Somaliland and is willing to cooperate with the Somaliland government in relieving the hardships facing its citizens hit worst by a prolonged drought. The Danish ambassador to Kenya spoke at the press conference and she stated,
Yes, thank you very much, Minister, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's a pleasure to be back in Somaliland and visiting and having a good dialogue with the government here. This time around, one of the main issues we have discussed is the drought situation. I want to say that from the Danish side we are following the situation very closely. I had some of my staff here also earlier this week to look at how the situation is developing. We are very aware that it's a very serious situation that is affecting a large proportion of the Somaliland population. I would like to say that both Denmark and the rest of the international community are ready to support Somaliland to address the drought situation. We have from the international community committed more than $600 million to address the humanitarian crisis both in Somalia and Somaliland. From the Danish side, we have disbursed funds already to the tune of almost $19 million also both for Somalia and Somaliland. So I think that there's definitely a willingness from the side of the international community and also and especially from my country, Denmark, to assist Somaliland in addressing the effects of the drought.
A group of students from livestock departments of various universities in Hargeisa took a tour to a poultry farm in the eastern vicinity of the capital city. During the field trip, lecturers provided oral lessons to their clientele of students in regards to poultry keeping. Professor Aldon was leading the field trip, granted an exclusive interview to SLN TV. And he stated that they are always ready to provide comprehensive knowledge to their clientele of students in regards to poultry keeping, which is instrumental in earning revenue as well as knowledge. He added that they continue to exhort students to provide either for their consumption or for revenue earning. Students who were part of the field trip spoke at the event and stated that it's essential to be aware of the necessity of creating poultry farms, since both chicken meat and egg are cheaper and rich in proteins. The chairman of Mandek Poultry Farm stated that the centre is open for all citizens, those who are willing to create similar businesses and students who need practical sessions to be able to have first-hand knowledge as regards to poultry farms. He added that theoretical knowledge won't help students, however more practical sessions they have, the chances in which they can create more productive poultry farms will grow. Drought Relief, a relief organization based in the United Arab Emirates, distributed water and food consignment to drought-impacted pastoralist residents in Bali Awad village in Sabawanag district. Drought Relief, a relief organization based in the United Arab Emirates, distributed water and food consignments to drought-impacted pastoralist residents in Bali Awad village in Sabawanag district. The distribution was undertaken by Al Hayat Foundation and Al Sunnah Al Khairiyah, and the event had in attendance representatives of these organizations, The District Commissioner of Sabawanag, Ali Hugur Galab, provided his remarks at the event and thanked to the National Drought Mitigation Committee, Darul Bir Al Hayat Foundation and Al Sunnah Al Khairiyah for ensuring that water and food consignments have been distributed to the less fortunate people who've been desperate for such assistance. Head of projects for Drought Relief organization, Sheikh Imran, spoke at the event. He stated that they have effortlessly reached their destination and distributed water and food consignments to the intended drought impacted residents. He added that they would continue their efforts in relieving the hardships facing citizens impacted by droughts and would make similar distributions in other parts of the country. Officials speaking on behalf of Al Hayat and Al Sunnah Al Khairiyah reiterated that they would continue their efforts in ensuring that such assistance has reached. Officials speaking on behalf of Al Hayat and Al Sunnah Al Khairiyah reiterated that they would continue their efforts in ensuring that such assistance has reached all drought impacted residents in Sabawanag district in the vicinity of the capital city. Members of the families who received the donation made by Darul Bir spoke to SLN TV and stated that their livestock animals have given up the ghost during prolonged drought, which impacted not only them but the entire pastoralist communities residing throughout the regions of Somaliland. They appreciated the water and food delivery made by Darul Bir in cooperation with Al Hayat and Al Sunnah Al Khairiyah and urged further assistance until they can stand firmly on their feet. The impact of a prolonged drought is increasing in the entirety of the regions of Somaliland. Their livestock animals, which were the only property and means of income to spend in their consumption, and without their means they are next to death. Officials speaking on behalf of Al Hayat and Al Sunnah Al Khairiyah stated that they've been guiding Darul Bir and other international relief organizations in locating areas where most in need pastoralist communities can be found, so that the hardships facing them could be dwindled through assistance delivery. An event held in Hargeisa to provide certificates to students who have completed Quran in one of the religious seminary schools in Somaliland capital. The event had in attendance members of the seminary school, religious scholars, students and parents. Ahmed Sultan, a member of the Committee for Promotion of Virtue and Prevention of Vice, provided the opening remarks at the event. He stated that Quran is the most important subject since its contents are the words spoken by the Creator. He added that all citizens are needed to boost learning Quran and encourage their children in learning Quran as well as practicing what the Almighty God orders humans to do and refrain from what Allah had prohibited. Of the keynote speakers at the event stated that it's important for the students to learn Quran and appreciated to the seminary school for its efforts. And that's it for this edition of the Bulletin. From me and the rest of the team, thank you for joining us. Catch us tomorrow at the same time.